Testing, testing, testing. Testing, testing, testing. Shalom on Christ, Adawan. All right. All right. All right. Shalom is your Shalom Yahabashim Yashabarakatham to the brothers. Shalom Yahawashimar Alathaba Hashem Yahawashai to the sisters. We are the Isupk, Israelite School of Universal Practical Knowledge, started out of 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under Commanding General Yohana. And we've been teaching the truth since 1969 that all so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians are God's chosen people. Now, I know, I know Israel been watching the news lately, man. Man, oh man. World War III is upon us, and it is glorious. What Whoopi said, it's white on white crime, right? And it's great. And you know what? Black and Hispanic and Native Indian people should be happy about this because for our kingdom to come, this nation has to fall. I mean, good night. Like, people are talking about praying for Ukraine. What the hell Ukraine got to do with black people or Hispanic or Native Indian people? What Ukraine ever do for you? Matter of fact, I'll keep it real with y'all real quick, right? I forgot Ukraine was a country. I'm just going to keep it 100 with you. I forgot Ukraine was a country until I started hearing about it on the news. Like, oh yeah, they tearing it up over there, huh? And you know what the glorious thing about this is? This has already been prophesied in the Bible. Matter of fact, I seen a video of Commander General Yohana himself, and he prophesied this. And he was saying how people would tell him that he was crazy. It's like people tell you that you're crazy, right? They tell you that you're crazy because you believe that Jesus Christ is a black man. They think you crazy because you're against homosexuality and pedophilia and child molestation. They think you crazy because you don't share love for Edomites, who are the so-called white people today, right? They tell you that you're crazy, but it's happening. World War III is among us, and it's great because, like I said earlier, this nation has got to fall. Let them fight. Let them fight. It's nice to see our oppressors fight amongst themselves for once, and that's biblical. Now, for time's sake, if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe. That would be greatly appreciated. So we'll be getting started with the prayers, and as you already know, we'll go over the first 7 verses in the Hebrew, break down in the English, and continue. So, just to give some people a little bit of illustration of things that the Most High does to destroy a nation, right? Just some things, right? Some records. We're going to be going over Exodus, and we're going to start in chapter 8, go through verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew, right? So, with that, Amijam, that's me up here. La Yasharala, which means to Israel. Amadiam Apwan Yahakwadam, which means to stand and face the east. We get started with the Lord's Prayer in the Hebrew. This is the Lord's Prayer. Abanawa, Shabashamayim, Kodash, Hayah, Shemka, Yahweh, Malak with Ka, Taba'a, Ratazah Ka, Haya, Aisha, Ba'aratazah, Kawa, Haya, Washamayim, Lathun Lakam, Call, Yawam, Wasalak Nawa, Kabawath Nawa, Kasalak Nawa, Kabawathi Nawa, Wala'a, Tabaya Nawa, Banasai Wan, Abal, Habashai Nawa, Mayan, Ra, Kaya, Laka, Hamalakwa, Waha'ala, Wataparath, Lawalumyam, Amun. Now in the English, Our Father, which art in heaven, hallowed be thy name. Yahweh, thy kingdom come, thy will be done, in earth as it is in heaven. Give us this day our daily bread, and forgive us our debts, as we forgive our debtors. And lead us not into temptation, but deliver us from evil. For thine is the kingdom, and the power, and the glory, forever. So be it. Hakat, which is the power in the Hebrew. Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, Babakasha, Latan Lanawa, Hakak, Hakak, Rapa'ah, Call, Makala, Wakal, Madawah, Hakak, Latzahar, Ha, Matazariah, Hakak, La'aquayim, Hamathian, Hakak, Ai, Rakawath, Hatama Allah, Lagarshun, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, for water, Amun. Now in the English, Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai, please give us the power to heal all manner of sickness and all manner of disease, the power to cleanse the lepers, the power to raise the dead, the power against unclean spirits, to cast them out in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. Salakia, just one moment. We'll be starting out at Exodus chapter 8 whenever we're done with the prayers. This is the blessings in the Hebrew. Salakia. Barakatah Yahweh, Wa Yahushai, Wa Mayaka Allah, Wa Alahayim, Matazab Ya'ah, Alawap Yahana, Ha Alawapyin, Ha Sarunyan, Ha Kwatazayoyin, Ha Kayayoyin, Waha Atwathin, Yahweh, Ba'ashem, Yahushai, the water, Amun. Now in the English, bless you, Yahweh, and Yahushai, and Michael, and the angels, commanding General Yohanan, the generals, the captains, the officers, the troopers, and the sisters. Yahweh, in the name of Yahushai. Thank you. So be it. I'll do Psalms 121 in the Hebrew. Asha'ah, Ayanya, All, Haryam, Ma'ayan, Yaba'ah, Izoya, Ma'aim, Yahweh, Aisha, Shemayim, Wa'aratazah, Oyatan, Lamawat, Rogalka, All, Yanawam, Shemorka, Hana, La'a, Yanawam, Wala'a, Yayashun, Shawamor, Yasharala, Yahweh, Shamorka, Yahweh, Tazalka, Al-Yad, Yumyumka, Yawamum, Hashamash, La'a, Yakaka, Wairach, Balayala, Yahweh, Yashamorka, Makol, Rai, Yashamar, Athnapashka, Yahweh, Yashamar, Taza'afka, Wabawa'afka, Ma'itha, Wa'ai, Awalam. Now Psalms 121 in English. I will lift up my eyes into the hills. From whence cometh my help? My help cometh from the Lord, which made heaven and earth. He will not suffer thy foot to be moved. He that keepeth thee will not slumber. Behold, he that keepeth Israel shall neither slumber nor sleep. The Lord is thy keeper. The Lord is thy shade upon thy right hand. The sun shall not smite thee by day, nor the moon by night. The Lord shall preserve thee from all evil. He shall preserve thy soul. The Lord shall preserve thy going out and thy coming in from this time forth and even forevermore. Now Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all Damaya, Laka, all Lakarash, wa all Lashakwat, all Kaya, Hana, Awayedika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, Ayam, Amaka, Ya'ayamwa, Sabbath, Waita, Yatazawa, Ayam, Tazapawanika, Morwa, Lakawa, Wanakakidum, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shum, Yasharala, Iwada, Kaya, Naitazawa, Laba, Yakadwa, Alika, Barayath, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wa, Yashima Alim, Mawa'aba, Wahagoyim, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Palashaf, Am Yeshabya, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, Aimum, Hayawa, Zorawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamudyim, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayabyim, Manakal, Koyashwan, Nashamarwa, Bayan, Dara, Hayawa, Dama, La'adama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kairab, because of Abba, because of Bak, because of Zol, Manai, Kol, Nasayakamwa, Ashar, Amorwa, Nearasha, Lanawa, Af, Naawath, Alahayim, Alahayim, Shayatamwa, Kagogala, Kakwash, Lapunya, Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Taba'ira, Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Talahat, Haryum, Kum, Taradama, Wasa'iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyahum, Kualawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shemka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Ayai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Daiwa, Kaya, Atha, Shemka, Yahawa, Labaka, Ayawan, Alcohol, Haratza. Psalms 83 in the English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still.
And be not still.
O God, for lo, thine enemies make atonement, and they that hate thee have lifted up the head. They have taken crafty counsel against thy people, and consulted against thy hidden ones. They have said, come, and let us cut them off from being a nation, that the name of Israel may be no more remembrance. For they have consulted together with one consent. They are confederate against thee. The tabernacles of Edom, and the Ishmaelites of Moab, and the Hagarenes, Gabal, and Ammon, and Amalek, the Philistines, with the inhabitants of Tyre. Assur also was joined with them. They have hope in the children of Lot. Salah. Do unto them as unto the Midianites, as to Sisera, as to Jabin, at the brook of Kishon, which perished at Endor, that became as they became as dung for the earth. Make their nobles like Oreb, and like Zaid. Yea, all their princes, as Zabah, and as Zalmunna, who said, let us take to ourselves the houses of God in possession. Oh my God, make them like a wheel, as the stubble before the wind, as the fire burneth the wood, and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire. So persecute them with thy tempest, and make them afraid with thy storm. Fill their faces with shame, that they may seek thy name. O Lord, let them be confounded and troubled forever. Yea, let them be put to shame and perish, that men may know that thou, whose name alone is Yahweh, art the most high over all the earth. All right, you may be seated. Oh no, you two options. I understand. Yeah, I understand. It's all good, sis. All right, let's get the Most High hand. All right, so we're reading out of the book of Exodus, chapter 8, verses 1 through 7 in the Hebrew. Bear with me, I'm still practicing my Hebrew. Salakia. Take off my glasses for this. All right, so the book of Exodus, chapter 8, verse 1. Daya ma'ad, ya'a da'a, all masha'a, amad, all. Let's see. Aha, let me see. Adahan, nama'a, ath, yada'un, oh, yada'ak, Salakia, bama'at on. Let's see. I'll ana da'af. I'll aya dayum. What? Let's see. Why? Let's see. While ha
gum ma gamma wa let's see, wa aisle af hataza paad dayum aisle ada adataza. So aisle adataza Salakia. Ma matazad yaum waya wayat wayata a had da'an af ya dawa aisle maya matazadayum da oops wa watha wathail ha let's see hataza pada pata daai let's see watha ba sa af ada a dat daai mataza dayum waya aishaya baad haka da ta ma'um mayum ba bala taya ha'um waya I lawa af ha hataza pa da I dayum aisle ada I mataza wa yum da oops waya kwa da a pada I ha lama sha'a da let's see wa la'a had da'an and waya ma'ad ha haita ya da'ad all Slakia ya da'a waya ta'ad hataza pa da I yum ma 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 Salakia manaya. Okay, that is wama I maya wa'a sha la ka'a af ha'im waya let's see waya za ba kaya laya ha ya'a waya ma'ad masha'a la Lapada aya. Hath, let's see. Paad. Alia. Maafia. Let's see. Let's see. Itha Yaad. La'an. Wala. Oh, Wala I my Dayan. Let's see. Wala I ma'an. La'a ba daya'ath. Hataza kwa Salakia. Hataza pada da'ai ya'am. Ma'an. Mama'an. Salakia. Wa ba'ath ya'an. Da kwa. Maya'a ma'ad. Tasha'a da ba'a. Waya'a ma'ad. La ka'ad. Waya'a ma'ad. Bada'an. Lama Aiza. Thadat Slakia. Thadai. Baya. Ayaza. Ayaz. Slakia. Ayaza. Baya Ha'a. All. Hayada'a. That's Waita Daya. Hatazak pada Ya'ai Yum. Maimun. Yamabathayan. Yama'ai Badayaan. Ma'ai Ma'an. Kwa. Baya'a Ba'ad. Thasha'a Daba'a. Okay, Slakia. All right, that's it for that. For water, Slakia. I study that Hebrew, man. Slakia. Okay, so let's go over the book of Exodus, chapter 8, and verse 1. So we'll go over a record in history. For those who've been in the truth long enough, you probably already know what I'm going to go over. For those of you who don't know, let's go over some of it real quick. So let's see. This is the book of Genesis, chapter 8. Slakia. Chapter 8. I lost my page. Here we go. Chapter 8, verse 1. And the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. So for those of y'all who don't know, this is the time we were in captivity in Egypt, right? Just, this is just further proof for
any of my fellow Judites out there who are so-called black people today who love to sit here and say that, we're African. Well, when you actually look in the Bible, Hamites are identified as your so-called Africans today, Ethiopians, Egyptians, right? And in Egypt, they had the Israelites in captivity. We are the Israelites. So that just shows that we were different people, right? So for anybody who thinks that blacks own black slaves, no, Africans owned the Israelites as slaves. And when I say black, I'm talking about so-called Hispanic and Native Indians too. So let's keep reading. Verse 2. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite them all thy borders with frogs, and the river shall bring forth frogs abundantly, which shall go up and come into thine house, and into thy bedchamber, and upon thy bed, and into the house of thy servants, and upon thy people, and into thine ovens, and into thy netting troughs. So let's see. But my point being right here, right? This is one of the many plagues that the Most High plagued on Pharaoh for not giving us up, right? Pharaoh thought himself so haughty, just like, heathens today, the so-called white man. He thinks he is God. You understand? Why do you think he's trying to change everything that God made? It takes a man and a woman to have a child, right? Well, Esau gonna tell you, well, you can be whatever you want to be. You can love. What is it? Love is love. And what's that other one? Oh my goodness, this one's for pedophilia. Love has no age. Like you can just love whoever you want. Yeah, that's sick. Okay, God forbids all that stuff, right? But at this time, right, it's just one of the plagues that the Most High plagued onto Egypt. You can read a little bit more. We'll go over a couple. There was also locusts. He turned the sea to blood, right? And if I could, real quick, just in verse 3 alone, right? I know some people might think like, well, frogs, right? Like who's afraid of frogs? Well, imagine you're in your house, right? You just chilling with the family, cooking breakfast, about to kick back. Next thing you know, your house is swarming with frogs everywhere. Your bed, your cabinets, they outside, they in your shower, they in your bathroom, they're everywhere. You can't get them off you. Like I know black people, like we hate roaches. Like we're like, we hate roaches. We used to seeing them, Salakia, but we hate them. All right. So, but imagine that, but with frogs, and they're just everywhere. It can be kind of a hassle, right? They ain't killing you, but you're gonna feel extremely uncomfortable. You understand? Now let's keep reading. Verse 4. And the frogs shall come up both on thee and upon thy people and upon all thy servants. So now you got frogs on you. They're on you. Imagine like 20, 30 frogs just like you. I don't know what they're like. They little web, like what I mean, like little web feet, and they just latch onto you. They're not killing you, but you just like hell, like get off me, right? So now you got verse 5. And the Lord spake unto Moses, say unto Aaron, stretch forth thine hand with thy rod over the streams, over the rivers, and over the ponds, and cause frogs to come up upon the land of Egypt. So now they're not just in your house. They're everywhere. Now imagine you trying to run out of your house now. Trying to get to your car. They on your car. They're in your car. They in the engine. You can't even start it up because there's frogs inside of the engine. They in your exhaust pipe, right? They're just everywhere. You understand? Now let's go. Verse 5. And the Lord spake unto Moses. Oh, Slakia. Verse 6. And Aaron stretched out his hand over the waters of Egypt, and the frogs came up and covered the land of Egypt. So they're everywhere. Verse 7. And the magicians did so with their enchantments and brought up frogs upon the land of Egypt. Then Pharaoh called for Moses and Aaron and said, entreat the Lord that he may take away the frogs from me and from my people, and I will let the people go, that they may do sacrifice unto the Lord. So, okay, now Pharaoh, right? Pharaoh's like, okay. I had enough. You terrorizing my kingdom. You terrorizing my people. Okay. So he's telling Moses and Aaron, look, okay, tell your God to leave us alone, and I'll do what he says. I'll give up the children of Israel, right? Let's see what happens. And Moses said unto Pharaoh, glory over me. When shall I entreat for thee and for thy servants and for thy people to destroy the frogs from thee and thy houses, that they may remain in the river only?
Let's go to verse 10. And he said, tomorrow. And he said, be it according to thy word, that thou mayest know that there is none like unto the Lord our God. So he's telling them, like, like thinking like Moses is flexing on him. Like, look, okay, look, you Pharaoh, okay, that's cute, I guess. But this is the Most High. So don't come against the Most High again, right? Verse 11. And the frog shall depart from thee, and from thy houses, and from thy servants, and from thy people. They shall remain in the river only. So he's telling them, okay, well, you know, I'll do it if you're a man of your word, right? I'll make them go back to the river and the ponds and the lakes. They'll leave you alone. Now let's read what happens. Verse 12. And Moses and Aaron went out from Pharaoh, and Moses cried unto the Lord because of the frogs which he had brought against Pharaoh. And the Lord did according to the word of Moses. And the frogs died out of the houses, out of the villages, and out of the fields. So he got rid of them. And they gathered them together upon heaps, and the land stank. But when Pharaoh saw that there was respite, he hardened his heart and hearkened not unto them as the Lord had said. So Pharaoh went back on his word. Instead of doing what he said he was going to do, if you get rid of the frogs, okay, I'll give you back your people. Pharaoh said, F that. He said, you know what? Nah, I'm still going to hold on to them, right? Now, I know some people might be thinking, okay, why are we going over the book of Exodus in today's day and age, right? Let me break it down for you real quick, right? This is just one of the plagues that the Most High has put upon Egypt. Remember, it wasn't just frogs, it was flies, locusts, the sea turned into blood. Matter of fact, it wasn't just the sea. All bodies of water turn to blood, including the one that's in your cup. I know it sounds crazy, right? Like imagine you taking a drink, you thirsty, you got a hard day's work, brother. You've been, doing your thing. You come back, your rib made you a nice cold glass of water, and then boom, it's just blood. She run in the sink and blood coming out. You like, wait a minute, what is this? You hop in the tub and it's blood. You go outside the lake, blood. You understand? And hold on, it got worse too. Matter of fact, let's see. Let's see if I can go over another one real quick. Let's see. Let's skip down. Let's go to verse 20, right? The book of Exodus, chapter 8, verse 20. And the Lord said unto Moses, rise up early in the morning and stand before Pharaoh. Lo, he cometh forth to the water, and say unto him, thus saith the Lord, let my people go, that they may serve me. So he's telling them again, let my people go. Else, if thou wilt not let my people go, I will send swarms of flies upon thee. So now, okay, it ain't frogs. Now you got flies. We hate flies. I hate flies. I hate it when there's one fly in my house. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like fruit flies all up on your apples and bananas and stuff like that. I hate that stuff. Now you have a swarm of flies, and they're not just outside. Let's keep reading. Upon thee and upon thy servants and upon thy people. So they're physically on you. And into thy houses. And the houses of the Egyptians shall be full of swarms of flies. So now you have swarms of flies in there, right? So to break it down for you, right? The reason why I'm going over this is that the Most High is, okay, he's not destroying Egypt yet. You get my point? Like he's breaking it down. He's, unleashing some plagues here and there. It starts off light. It starts off, frogs, bodies of water being turned to blood, flies. They're not killing you though. It's more of like a uncomfortable feeling or an inconvenience, right? Something that's just, unsettling, right? Now, the thing is with this though, the Most High is a man of war, right? He ain't just going, kill you just like that. I mean, he could if he wanted to. I mean, look what he did to Sodom and Gomorrah. He sent 2 angels down there. Lot and his children got saved. It would have been his wife too, but she looked back and, well, she got turned to a pillar of salt. You understand? But
The Most High was so angry with Sodom and Gomorrah because it was just fornication, fornication, fornication going on over there. Everything you could think of. Like, you see how today, the LGBTQ community is and how they try to push that in everything. Matter of fact, I was on, man, Salakia. I used to love The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air, man. That was my show. Will Smith before, well, Jada Pinkett and all that stuff, but that's a whole nother story. My point being is I used to love that show. Watched it all the time as a kid. And then, I found out that they were gonna, no, not that we were gonna, they did. They rebooted The Fresh Prince of Bel-Air. They just call it like Bel Air now, I think. I was gonna watch it. I was gonna watch it. I'm not gonna watch it. You wanna know why? I go on Facebook, I see some brothers, they posted like, yeah, oh, what's her name? At she played Ashley Banks. It was the daughter, right? Now I remember her, right? Back in the day. Well, of course, they got like a new young actress playing as her. It's a child, by the way. And now she identifies as LGBTQ. I'm like, it seemed like every black show they got, they just gotta put one of them in there. You gotta make it gay. You got to, right? You see a lot of these statues, right? Statues in ancient Rome and Greece, right? What was it? I've been to Italy before, the Vatican, right? European custom. If you really look at those statues, you notice a trend. A lot of those statues has a grown man with a little boy by his legs. Tell me I'm wrong. You can Google it for yourself. You want to know why? Pedophilia, right? So now you got to understand, America is Babylon. You understand? All those things, like they're pushing that to this day. Pedophilia, homosexuality. Now they done upped it. Now they got the technology to make a grown man look like a woman and vice versa. It's disgusting, right? And then if you don't like that, oh my gosh, they constantly trans women are women too. All that garbage. And now you have to respect people's pronouns. You can identify as they and them and shim and it and whatever. Like, man, no. That's disgusting, man. But this is the hands of the land has been given unto the hands of the wicked. You understand? And just like in Egypt, America, modern day Babylon, has the Israelites in captivity. You understand? All over the world, by the way. Like it's not just here. Like we're all over the world. We're in Europe, right? We're in Australia. We're in believe it or not, there's some Jakes out there in Russia and in Ukraine somewhere. Not a lot, but they're out there. You understand? But we don't get to live in our kingdom. We got to live by everybody else's rules, right? And the thing is, you are in captivity. You are. Because you can't do what you want to do. You can't adhere to your customs, right? In today's day and age, I mean, especially in America, good night. I will forever call California Sodom and Gomorrah. This is the land of just unlawful, disgusting sex. You understand? And out here, man, you go around, you be a masculine brother. They call you, oh, what they say? This is my favorite one. Toxic masculinity. Y'all ever heard of toxic feminism? Probably not. You probably never heard of it. It's always toxic masculinity because they want to effeminate brothers. They don't want you sticking up for your family, right? Even Christ said it. First, you got to bind the strong man. Then you can spoil his house. You understand? But my point being is, Ukraine, oh my goodness. Ukraine and Russia, right? Good night. Let's see. Let's go to, we're going to get out of Exodus. We're going to go to Second Timothy. We're going to go to Second Timothy. Let's go to chapter 3. Second Timothy chapter 3. And we'll start at verse 1. So right here it says, "This know also, that in the last days perilous times shall come." These are those perilous times. It's been going on for quite some time, but I mean, the Most High is working, man, right? Because before all this, what we had going on a couple years ago? COVID. And nobody thought anything of COVID. I'll admit it. That was before I came into the truth. I was still in the world at the time. I'm like, it's COVID, whatever. It'll blow over in about a couple months. Oh no. COVID is alive and thriving and evolving. You know, viruses are living organisms, right? They constant, unless you actually kill it, it keeps evolving. And now we have like so many different variants. I mean, look, people getting vaccinated, right? Okay. I mean, if you want to get your vaccination, go ahead and get it. I'm not, I'm not going to tell you. I'm not one of them conspiracy theorists like, oh, they're going to put a chip in you. And brother, there's a chip in your phone. They can track you right now if they really wanted to. Like, just cut that mess out, right? You want to get vaccinated, take care of your health. But my point being is, I mean, brothers and sisters, out in the world, they're getting vaccinated and, well, people are still dying. People are still getting sick. They got to come up with a new vaccination every couple of months because, it evolved again. Now let's keep reading. Verse 2. For men shall be lovers of their own selves, covetous, boasters, proud, blasphemers, disobedient to parents, unthankful, and unholy. Remember, holy means separate. If you're unholy, guess what? Integration. Come on now. Everybody wants to fight for integration. I guarantee you, I'm going to say this every time until Yahushua come back. Every time Black History Month come along, matter of fact, scratch that. Not even Black History Month. Hispanic Heritage Month, and now I think it's Native Indian, or they call it Indigenous People Month now. You honor that, right? I'm Black and I'm proud. Hispanic Heritage Month. I'm proud to be a Mexican. I'm proud to be Puerto Rican. I'm proud to be Colombian and Salvadorian, right? Okay, that's great. I'm proud to be a so-called indigenous person, right? But then you go right back to loving the people that enslaved you in the first place. Don't you think it's kind of strange that every time that month comes around for our people, we learn about the horrible things that has been done to our people? Hell, matter of fact, share something with y'all real quick. This was an Edomite. I'll be on TikTok every now and then, right? And it was an Edomite. He put out that this is coming from a white man. Slavery never ended. You just didn't read the fine print. I think it's the 13th Amendment. I don't remember it verbatim, but pretty much the white man was saying that you can still legally own slaves in America. They just have to be convicted of a crime first. Did you know that a lot of these prisons where they are forced to pick cotton, yes, cotton, look it up for yourself, they make, he said, equivalent to 4 cents an hour. And 75% of those prisoners are, guess what? Black. So guess what? Slavery is still here. They're still here in America. But you thought, it's gone now, right? And that's a lot of prison centers too. It ain't just black people, it's Mexicans too. They got Mexicans out there picking cotton. You understand? This is the world that we live in right now. And I know, if I could real quick, just to go a little bit more into verse 2, it says, for men shall be lovers of their own selves. We don't give a damn about each other. We only care about us. Priest and Officer Thawaga Bar, he was going this over there in Scripture Breakdown. We were going into a little bit of the history of birthdays. Birthdays is nothing but self-worship. You view yourself as a god. And God said that there shall be no other gods before me. And birthdays originated in the house of Satan. Bet y'all didn't know that. Don't believe me? Go watch his class, right? And we just went a little bit into the history. We didn't even get that deep into it. And then also, when you read in the Bible about birthdays, nothing good happens. Pharaoh kills his baker and cuts off his head on his birthday. You understand? Death happens on people's birthdays. It's ridiculous. And then just showing again, it's a heathen custom. You don't hear nothing about Christ's birthday. There's no such thing as Christ was born on December 25th. Christmas is, no, they lied to you. No, that's a white man's holiday. You understand? But going back to lovers of your own selves, we don't care about one another. Y'all give a damn about Ukraine. Who the hell care about you? What Ukrainians ever do for you? Half of y'all can't even spell Ukraine. I'm just being real. I legitimately forgot that Ukraine was a country. I forgot because I don't care. I'm not Ukrainian. I'm not a European. I'm not white. You understand? I'm not Russian. I know people was going crazy. I seen the video. It was a man. Good night. It was a tank in the middle of the street. Somebody was driving, and that tank just went right over them. They said that the man survived. I don't know. I'm gonna be honest with you. I don't care because he's not one of my people. It wasn't a Jake in there. If it was a black man or woman in there, I'd be like, oh damn, okay. Most High in Christ has survived, but I don't care. This is white on white crime. Why are you worried about what's going on in a different nation in the first place? We got that going on, right? But did you know that in the reservations, Native Indian reservations here in California, there has been an uprise of Native Indian women gone missing? Bet you didn't know that because you don't give a damn about Native Indian women. You care about Ukrainians. Pray for Ukraine. Hell, when Ukraine ever play for black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people? Never. They don't care about us. So why should you care about them? Stop loving other nations. Stop. It's gotten you nowhere in life. And I know, black people, I get it, right? When I say black, I'm talking about Hispanics and Native Indians too. We're a very humane people, right? We have a sense of humanity. We care. We do. We just don't care about our own people. That's the problem. So let's keep reading. Verse 3, without natural affection, truce breakers, false accusers, incontinent, fierce, despisers of those that are good. I mean, come on, man. This is talking about today. This is today. This is the world that we live in. Everything belongs to Satan right now. Everything. You go, my goodness, like you go on social media. I mean, the things that they allow on there. It was one post, it was a brother shared it, right? And you see this young boy, this boy probably all of like 6, 7 maybe, and he is dry humping some grown woman with, she's twerking on him. And you see grown men around them clapping their hands up like, yeah, you get it, little man, you get it. But the mother, she got so mad, she snatched up that little boy. And she was about to beat that woman's behind, but she ran off. You wanna know why she ran off? Because she knew she was wrong. That was wrong. That is pedophilia at its finest. And then good night. It didn't help. I saw the comments. The comments, man. You see a bunch of grown men advertising that like, hey, little man was getting it. Little man was getting it. What's the problem? I'd rather my son do that than to be gay. Well, I mean, first of all, he shouldn't be gay anyway. And he's a kid. Boy ain't even grow hair on his face yet. He's out here getting into borderline sexual activities with grown women. Don't do that to your son, man. Don't do that to your kids, because this is my favorite one. Oh, Slack, it says, go ahead.
Not doing it, he probably get to thinking that's what he want to do and start like raping women or something, or just being
No, that's true.
Wicked,
Right.
Just start being wicked. But, that's how he was brought up. And now, he's not, having that little whatever they were doing fun. What I'm doing a little dance with the lady now, but he's still thriving it. He's become wicked.
Right.
That's what he want to do now because he enjoyed doing it.
Right. No, that's facts. If for those of y'all who didn't hear the sister, she brought up something real heavy. Like, that's the demon that get put on, to not even little boys, but little girls too. Now you think, like, you gotta think that's a child. Children are impressionable, right? They don't know no better. If you teach a child that it's okay to jump off of a bridge, they'll do it because they're kids, right? So if you're teaching a little boy or a little girl to do sexual activities with grown men and women, they're gonna think like, oh, okay, this is normal. This is what I like now. And what y'all be wondering why so many of us are hypersexual when we get older. Like, good night. I mean, that's a whole nother topic. Slocking. I don't even know got enough time to talk about that. But my point being is, right? My point being is, we are living in the hands of the wicked right now. You understand? All right. And it's gotta fall. It has to fall for our kingdom to come. And that's biblical, right? So let's see. Let's go to let's drop that. Let's go to Matthew, the book of Matthew, chapter 24. The book of Matthew, let's go chapter 24, and let's go to verse 44. Okay, let's see. The book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 44. Therefore be ye also ready. It's Christ speaking, by the way. For in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Now, this is heavy right here, right? Because Christ is coming back. Now, Christ is telling you, therefore be ye also ready, for in such an hour as ye think not the Son of Man cometh. Meaning what? Meaning you don't know when Yahushua Mashiach is coming back. But given things that's happening right now, it's going to happen a lot sooner than you think. It's happening. We are living in biblical times right now. Things that have been prophesied, we're living it in the moment, right now. People was like, World War III ain't going to happen. Look what they're doing in there. Running over people, shooting up. It's a war zone out there. Literally, that's not a joke. That's a war zone, right? That's just the start of it, right? Because Christ is coming back, but you got to be ready. This is heavy for people that are not in the truth. I know it's a lot of y'all be watching these classes and y'all ain't in the truth yet. Y'all just be sitting there, I'll come into the truth tomorrow. I'll stop smoking tomorrow. You know what? I know I'll still be messing with white women, but let me just get one more. I'll change my ways. I know it's wrong to celebrate your birthday, but my son's birthday tomorrow, so I'll just do it one more time for him, right? I know it's a sin to celebrate Valentine's Day, but my rib, she's special to me, and I gotta make sure she feels special, because if she don't, she gonna leave me. A lot of y'all brothers weak as hell, Salakia. But anyway, my point being is, stop waiting. Time is running out, believe it or not. Time is running out. We don't know how much longer we got until Yahushua Mashiach come back. That's why I made that comment earlier. I'm going to keep saying this every Black History Month until Yahushua come back, because there might not be another Black History Month. I honestly, I really hope not, because Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian history is world history. You ought to be, honestly, you should be enraged that America limits our creations and what we've done for the world to a month. Like, come on, man. And if I could, real quick, y'all don't even celebrate Black history until the white man tells you to do it. I'm just throwing that out there. But my point being is, Christ is telling you to be ready, because you don't know. You really don't, right? So let's drop that. Matter of fact, no. Let's go to, we'll drop that for now. We'll drop that, right? We'll go to 2 Peter chapter 3. 2 Peter chapter 3. Let's go to, let me see. Let's go to verse 10. Verse 10. Slide it, just one moment. Shalom, Christ. Constantly, I'm in it a little early because we gotta be here at 1. Oh, we gotta pick up Cat too? Okay, Constantly, yeah. I already planned on ending it like at 11:30. All right, Constantly. Okay, come on, Constantly. All right, Shalom, Christ. Salakia. So, Salakia. 2 Peter chapter 3, verse 10, right? Now it says, but the day of the Lord will come as a thief in the night. Y'all, look, even Christians know that one. Salakia. Meaning what? A thief in the night, you don't see him. You don't. He's there before you even realize he's there, right? In which the heavens shall pass away with a great noise, and the elements shall melt with a fervent heat. That fervent heat is thermonuclear warfare. Them big ass missiles that they got, they gonna light things up. They're going to burn this world down, right? And guess what? It's gonna be our enemies that are gonna do that. Ain't that the crazy thing? That they're going to be their own destruction, because that's all Esau know how to do anyway. Remember, he was blessed with the sword. All he knows is kill, murder, destroy, kill. That's why you got so many animals that are going extinct, right? That animals that are extinct, right? Because they're destroying their natural habitats. The Amazon, they be killing all that stuff, man. You don't see no black people out there doing that. You don't see us out there chopping trees and what was that man? Steve Irwin, the crocodile hunter that y'all love so damn much. Like I get it. I used to watch a show too when I was a kid. But my point being is, what was he doing? He was messing with them damn animals. And guess what? He died to one that nobody thought was gonna happen. Like we all thought, like, okay, yeah, one of these crocodiles, one of these little big ass snakes, they gonna get him. But then, you feel me? But then what got him? It was a stingray. I learned what a stingray because of Steve Irwin dying, right? Right? That's the white man always messing with stuff that he ain't got no business messing with. The crazy thing is he got 2 kids and they do the same thing that he did. Don't be surprised when they get lit up. My point. But my point being is the fervent heat, right? And then it says, the earth also and the works that are therein shall be burned up. This world is going to burn. You ever hear that saying, some men just want to watch the world burn? Yeah, it's me. I'm men. Okay. I want to watch the world burn. I want to watch other nations suffer and pay for the crimes that they have committed against so-called Black, Hispanic, and Native Indians. Because what they've done to us is absolutely inhumane. Remember how I said we're humane? That's why we have so much compassion for everybody else, but not for ourselves. Because that's what we've been taught, right? But we'll give a damn. We have a sense of, oh my gosh, that's such a horrible thing. Somebody's father just died. Like, we have a sense of compassion. White people ain't got that. Not anybody else, but for themselves to a certain extent, they be killing themselves. You understand? Put it like this: if a white person ain't got nothing to kill, they will kill themselves. I made a video. It was on I made a video on TikTok, and I was getting into the history of why abortions were originated here, right? Margaret Sanger, for those of y'all who don't know, she was the one. It was a Caucasian woman, and she wanted to push these abortion clinics into predominantly minority-based neighborhoods, and she stated that she wanted to exterminate the Negro population because we were becoming too populous. You understand? But this is the funny thing, right? Now, believe it or not, statistics show that it's actually more white women who get abortions than Black women and Hispanic women, which is crazy. So now it's like, oh, you done backfired. But that's the spirit of Esau. They ain't got nothing else to kill, so they'll kill themselves or they'll kill their own baby. So you think about that the next time you want to get an abortion, because you're really in the spirit of Esau when you do that, right? Don't do that. Esau will tell you, well, it wasn't born yet, didn't have a beating heart. Shout out to Texas, by the way. I think they eliminated that. They said if it reaches like a certain point, I forgot exactly what it was. Correct me if I'm wrong. You can't get an abortion. Good. Good. Let that child live. We all have it's America, right? It's a free country. We have the right to live. Okay, let that baby live. A child shouldn't die because you wanted to be an irresponsible parent, or you wanted to be a whoremonger for the men, or you wanted to be a whore for the women. All right, that baby shouldn't lose their life. Slack it. But let's keep going. For time's sake, yeah, I'll keep going. Let's go to slack it. Let's go to Revelation, right? Revelation. Let's go to chapter 21. The book of Revelation. Let's see. Chapter 21, which verse was it? 8. Here we go. So right here. So this is the book of Revelation, chapter 21, verse 8. Let's see. Actually, no, let's go up one. Let's go verse 7. He that overcometh shall inherit all things, and I will be his God, and he shall be my son. That's talking about us, right? The children of Israel. So we got to endure, right? But then it says in verse 8, but the fearful and unbelieving and the abominable and murderers and whoremongers, which I literally just spoke of, and sorcerers and idolaters and all liars shall have their part in the lake which burneth with fire and brimstone, which is the second death. This is boy, look, for those of y'all who don't remember, right? The Let's backtrack a little bit, all the way back to Genesis, right? God killed God killed a large portion of the earth. It wasn't with fire though. It was with what? It was an element. What did God kill everybody with? What you got, sis? Most High in Christ. For those of y'all who didn't hear her, she said water, right? The Most High flooded the entire earth because of the wickedness that was happening within it. Remember, he was about to just restart. Like, God was about to push the restart button and be like, okay, I'm about to wipe all these niggas out. I'm tired of them. But, we had, a man by the name of Noah, right? He had grace in Noah, But the point being is, this is the second death. This time it ain't going to be with water. It's going to be with fire. It's going to be with war. It's going to be with missiles. Y'all remember the Hiroshima bombing, right? Okay, imagine that, but on a much larger scale. And people are going to die, right? If you're sent this, so I'm telling you right now, you better get in class while you still can, because time is running short. If you are a so-called Black, Hispanic, or Native Indian and you fall under any of these things, which I know a lot of you do, you're gonna die with America. When them chariots roll in, y'all ain't about to get on a chariot because you're buying a prostitute right now. Right after class, you're gonna go buy a prostitute and you're gonna have sex with her. A lot of y'all are secretly sodomites. I'm gonna hurt somebody's feelings, Salakia. I ain't got that much time left. I gotta get ready for camping a little bit, so I'm just gonna cut right to the chase. A lot of y'all are secretly sodomites. You still smoking them damn cigarettes. You still chasing them whorish heathen women. You still celebrating heathen customs, right? The Lord said, you're not supposed to be marking up your skin. You about to be out there. I'm gonna get one more sleeve real quick. I'm gonna get that last tattoo real quick. Y'all gonna do all that stuff. Y'all gonna still eat that pork, shrimp, crab, and lobster. I know. What was it? Ceviche. I know ceviche can be made with a lot of different things. That's a Issakarite dish. But I've met some Issacharites in the world, and they make it with shrimp. They make it with what is it? Octopus. Have you seen an octopus? Like, look at an octopus. Don't eat that, Slakia. Like, don't eat that mess. But if you fall into any of these things, you're gonna die. You're gonna die. Y'all think I'm crazy for talking about all this stuff. This is the Bible. Your Christian pastor will not tell you this. He's gonna keep you sinning right along with him. He's probably a damn child molester him damn self. The Pope is known for being a child molester. Why do you think there's so many memes of him being a child molester? Like, am I crazy? Like, I'm trying to help you out. But the thing is, right? I'm gonna cut the class short. My point being is, you should be thankful that the world is ending, because this world has got to end for us to come and have our kingdom. Now, I know there's a lot of black folk like, yeah, I'm a Hebrew Israelite, I'm good. I know Christ gonna come back. Yeah, okay. And who are you gonna be to Christ when he comes back? Christ wanna find you working, brother. And you too, sis, you ain't out the water neither. Oh no, I'm talking to the sisters too, right? You better get that whore out your system while you still can. Better learn how to be faithful. Better learn how to stop shaking your ass on TikTok and Instagram and Facebook. My goodness. You better stop. Because when Christ come back, he gonna look at you like, who the hell is you? Right? Never knew. Good night. Never knew you. I never. Oh my gosh! Look, I'm trying to tell y'all something, but let's I'm gonna go over two more precepts, right? I'll end the class. So this to show you again that World War III is biblical. We'll stay in Revelation, right? Let's go to, let's see, chapter 11. The book of Revelation, chapter 11. We're going to go to verse 14, right? So now it says in the book of Revelation, chapter 11, verse 14, the second woe is past. Woe meaning what? Destruction. What happens in war? Destruction. You heard casualties of war before, right? And behold, the third woe cometh quickly. Ooh, wee. That's World War III, y'all. The third destruction is coming, and the second death is coming. That second death being the fire that everyone is going to burn in, and you should relish in this. Kick back and relax. They make fun of us all the time. Oh, look at them killing themselves all over again. You know, matter. I made a point in the video that I made. Right, I said that like for these abortion clinics, these abortion clinics, they put it into our neighborhoods and they encourage sisters, Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian women to get abortions. What do they put in your head? They tell you, well, it's your body, it's your choice. I've seen sisters even say, "Oh, I got you real quick, sis." They even go as far as to let some sisters think like, "Well, yeah, he might have put the seed inside of me, but the baby's inside of me now, so now I'm the one in charge." And then guess what? They also put in your head, making you feel like, okay, well, the baby wasn't born yet. It doesn't have a beating heart. So you're not taking a child's life whenever you get an abortion. In fact, having a child will hinder your career. Because, look, I'll give sisters this. Y'all smart as hell when it comes to these jobs and these corporations. Right? That's why y'all number one in them. I'll keep it real. But the thing is, the white man has put it in y'all head to make y'all feel like, well, if I have this child, it's gonna hinder my college. It's gonna hinder me getting my master's. It's gonna hinder me becoming a doctor. My career comes first. I can wait for kids, but you couldn't wait to spread them legs, huh? You had to have sex. I mean, abstinence is. I mean, if you really didn't want a child, shouldn't be having sex. Let's keep it real with you. And if you're in a relationship with a man and you get impregnated, that's a gift from God, sis. It's a glorious thing to be a mother. But my point being is, America has gotten so good at killing us, they don't even got to do it themselves. They'll sit back and watch you do it. That's what they do. Slacky says, I know you had your hand up.
You said what I was going to say.
Oh, okay,
about
okay.
hindering their career. But a lot of times after they have the abortion, then they don't even fulfill that career. They probably go so far, then I don't want to be a doctor now. Do something else, and you killed your baby. And that's why back when the Most High was telling Moses to tell Pharaoh to let his people go, that they can serve us. As long as we under this, the white man, we won't serve. We can't serve him because we
Right.
want to live like the heathen. We doing everything against the Most High. We breaking all the laws, commandments. We just being wicked like him. So we will never be able to serve him if we stay under this oppression. But we can. But then some of us can't.
Right,
because
right,
we
right.
so into doing what the white man doing.
Right,
But
no.
us and the Isupk, we broke away from that.
Most High in Christ. No,
We can't follow the Most High and keep all His laws, statutes, and be righteous and be ready.
Right, nah. Con sis, nah. What the sister's saying is heavy because I mean, look, look. That's why I wanted to bring up Egypt, right? Because that was a time when we were in captivity, and you saw what was happening to us, right? We were slaves. All them great pyramids and stuff, we made that for them. You understand? It's like how these streets, you see all our Issacharite brothers out here, like I see them more than the white man in these construction companies building these roads, right? Reconstructing these buildings. I see Issacharites doing that, right? I mean, Black people, good night. We invented damn near every little household appliance you could think of: the refrigerator, the freezer, the iron and the ironing board. I could be wrong, Salakia. I'm not sure if it was a brother or a sister. Might have been a sister. I'm not sure. But we invented the sewing machine. You understand? The traffic lights. Like, come on, man. Things that you don't even think about. We made that. Israel made that. You understand? And do we reap any of the benefits? No. Because we're in captivity. That's why you should be happy that this nation is falling. Good. Go ahead and go kill each other because I'm tired of y'all killing us. Go over there, right? And just to show a little bit more that this is biblical, right? This will be the last precept. We'll go to let's see. I'm gonna drop this. We're actually gonna go to the Apocrypha. And we're gonna go to Second Ezra. I know there might be some Christians out there who might not want to believe in this, right? Most High in Christ. I see you, Man Shapat. Shalom on Christ, Zach. So then we got, let's see, Second Ezra. Let's go to chapter 6. Let's go to verse 9, right? So this is the book of Second Ezra, chapter 6, verse 9. For Esau is the end of the world. Who's Esau? So-called white man. And Jacob is the beginning that followeth. Slakia is the beginning of it that followeth. Meaning what? The white man got to get taken out of power first before we come into power, right? Jacob is who? Israel, the Israelites, the 12 tribes of Israel that the Bible speaks of, so-called blacks, Hispanics, and Native Indians. Esau got to get the hell up out of here first, right? Because, I mean, think about it. It's like anything else, right? You want something to change, you got to get some stuff up out of you. Like, I know like some people want to go to the gym, stuff like that. Okay, let's just say you want to lose weight or you want to, I don't know, pack on some muscle or whatever. Well, you got to start eating better. You got to start taking care of your body. You got to make some changes. You got to get all the bad up out of you. And that's what the Most High is doing. He's going to get the bad up out so that we can inherit the kingdom. But let's see. I'll end it right there, right? I'll end it right there. War is in the Bible, right? And matter of fact, Salakia. There was one more I wanted to go over. Salakia. Hold on. I know I said that was going to be the last precept. Let's go back to the book of Matthew, right? This will be the last one. Book of Matthew, chapter 24. We're actually going to go to verse 6. Book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. Just to show yet again that this is biblical. You understand? So it says in the book of Matthew, chapter 24, verse 6. And ye shall hear of wars and rumors of wars. Hello, right now. See that ye be not troubled, for all these things must come to pass. But the end is not yet. This is just the beginning. You understand? For nation shall rise against nation, and kingdom against kingdom. And there shall be famines, and pestilence, and earthquakes, in divers places. COVID. You understand? That's going on. The famine, I know y'all probably forgot. I didn't. In Cuba, they had food shortages. Cuba is one of the lost tribes of Israel. You understand? And it's happening all over the world because everybody's in a panic. And nation shall rise against nation. Ukraine, Russia. And it's not just them. Black, Hispanic, and Native Indian people too. Like I know people, they like to say they hate the Isupk. Okay, well, guess what? There's some of them that love us. Why do you think our school is growing? Every single year, we get more and more brothers and sisters who have woken up and turned away from Satan and turned their heart to the Most High and changed their lives. You understand? And you might not realize it, but that is nation, our nation, it's like nation rising against nation. That nation being who? Esau. Because Esau doesn't want you in here. The white man does not want you in classes. Why do you think they flag so many of our videos? They don't want the truth getting out. They don't want the truth getting out. Because then they say, oh, well, you're a racist. Oh, you're a hate group. Oh, okay. Well, I mean, last time I checked, the Ku Klux Klan kills niggas. I mean, you don't see me out here shooting up Caucasians, do you? No. I just tell you that you're the devil that the Bible speaks of and keep it pushing. That's all. And I work with them. You're like, you get my point? So, like, Salakia. But my point being is, be glad that this is happening. But also, since you see this is happening, for those y'all who are not in the truth yet, or have some type of feeling of, I don't know if I want to do this anymore. Oh, okay. I said this, oh my gosh. I said this like last year too. I said the day you leave the truth is the day that Christ's gonna come back. I'm telling you, I'm trying to help you out. All right. I don't know about you, but I'm tired of seeing my brothers and sisters die for no good goddamn reason. You understand? But for time's sake, I'm gonna end the class. Oh, Slacky, sis, what you got?
And that what you just said, the day you live, the day the Most High, that's the way you should be thinking every day, all day.
Right.
You know.
No, I feel you, sis. Look, I'm trying to tell them. I don't, it's oh my God. It's gonna happen too. That's the sad part. Slakia. But with that, Slakia, if nobody has any questions, Slakia had to cut the class a little early today.
Gotta handle some stuff. But if you haven't already, please like, share, and subscribe, and get your ass in class. Get your ass up in here, Slovakia. But with that, close the class. So Amijam, just be up here. Laya Sharala, which means to Israel. Madiam upon Yahakodam, which means to stand and face the east. Salakia, just for time's sake, I'll just be going over the last prayer. Salakia. Just be going over Psalms 83. All right, this is Salakia. This is Psalms 83 in the Hebrew. Alahayim, all, Damaya, Laka, all, Takarash, all, Tashakwat, all, Kaya, Hana, Awyedika, Yahama, Yawan, Ra'ash, I'll, Anka, Ya'imwa, Sabada, Waida, Takhazawa, I'll, Tazapuanika, Amarwa, Lakawa, Manakakina, Magoya, Wala'a, Yazakar, Shum, Yasharala, Auda, Kaya, Matazawa, Laba, Yakabwa, Avika, Baryath, Yakarathwa, Ahoya, Adawam, Wa, Yashama Alium, Mawa'aba, Wahagorium, Gabal, Wamawan, Wamalak, Palashaf, Amishabia, Tazawar, Gum, Ashawar, Nalawa, Aimam, Hayawa, Zorawai, Labunya, Lawat, Salah, Aisha, Lahum, Kamudyam, Kasaya, Sara'ah, Kayubyan, Banakol, Koyashwan, Nashamawa, Bayan, Daira, Hayawa, Dama, La'a, Dama, Shayatamwa, Nada, Yamawa, Kairab, Wakaza Abba, Wakaza Bak, Wakaza Zol, Manai, Kol, Masayakamwa, Ashar, Amarwa, Niyarasha, Lanawa, Af, Naawaf, Alahayim, Alahaya, Shayatamwa, Kagogla, Kakwash, Lapunya, Rawaka'a, Ka'ash, Taba'ira, Ya'ira, Wa, Kalahaba, Talahat, Haryam, Kan, Taradama, Basa Iraka, Wabasa, Wapathka, Tabahalam, Mala'a, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Banya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Panyaham, Kwalawan, Waya, Bakwashwa, Shamka, Yahawa, Yabashwa, Waya, Bahawa, Agyai, Waya, Kaparwa, Waya, Abadwa, Waya, Daiwa, Kaya, Ata, Shamka, Yahawa, Labaka, Iawan, Alcohol, Harataza. Psalms 83 in English. Keep not thy silence, O God.
Keep not thy silence, O God.
Hold not thy peace.
Hold not thy peace.
And be not still,
And be not still.
O God.
O God.
For lo,
For lo,
thine enemies make atonement.
thy enemies make a turmoil.
And
they that hate thee
and they that hate thee
have lifted up the head.
have lifted up the head.
They have taken crafty counsel
They have taken crafty counsel
against thy people,
against thy people,
and consulted
and consulted
against thy hidden ones.
against thy hidden ones.
They have said,
They have said,
Come,
Come,
and let us cut them off
and let us cut them off
from being a nation,
from being a nation.
that the name of Israel
That the name of Israel
may be no more
may
remembrance.
be no more remembered.
For they have consulted together
For they have consulted together
with one consent.
with one consent.
They are confederate against thee,
They are confederate against thee,
the tabernacles of Edom,
the tabernacles of Edom,
and the Ishmaelites
and the Ishmaelites
of Moab,
of Moab,
and the Hagarenes,
and the Hagarenes,
Gabal,
Gabal,
and Ammon,
and Ammon,
and Amalek,
and Amalek,
the Philistines,
the Philistines,
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
with the inhabitants of Tyre.
Ashur also is joined with them.
Ashur also is joined with them.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
They have hope in the children of Lot.
Salah.
Salah.
Do unto them
Do unto them
as unto the
as
Midianites,
unto the Midianites,
as to Sisera,
as to Sisera,
as to Jabin,
as to Javan,
at the brook of Kishon,
at the brook of Kishon,
which perished at Endor.
which perished at Endor.
That was like they became as dung for the earth.
They became as dung for the earth.
Make their nobles like Oreb,
Make their nobles like Oreb,
and like Zaid.
and like Zaid.
Yea,
Yea,
all their princes,
all their princes,
as Zabah,
as Sabbath,
and as Zamun,
and as Shimona,
who said,
who said,
Let us take to
Let
ourselves
us take to ourselves
the houses of God in possession.
the houses of God in possession.
Oh my God,
Oh my God,
make them like a will,
make them like a wheel,
as a stubble before the wind,
as a stubble before the wind,
as the fire burneth the wood,
as the fire burneth the wood,
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
and as the flame setteth the mountains on fire.
So persecute them
So persecute them
with thy tempest,
with thy tempest,
and make them
and
afraid
make them afraid
with thy storm.
with thy storm.
Fill their faces with shame,
Fill their faces with shame,
that they may seek thy name.
that they may seek thy name.
O Lord,
O Lord,
let them be
and
confounded
let them be confounded
and troubled
and troubled
forever.
forever.
Yea,
Yea,
let them be put to
let
shame
them be put to shame
and perish,
and perish,
that men may know
that men may know
that thou,
that thou,
whose name alone
whose name alone
is Yahweh,
is Yahweh,
art the most high
art the most high
over all the earth.
over all the earth.
Shalom, Israel.